Retomando. Vamos ver. Ah, não, aqui. Ótimo, então. Legalzinho o evento.
Is this the marketplace? It's a far cry from how I... the stores of Jane. What is the almighty...
Isn't?
Well, what did you expect? The almighty Shogun makes an impromptu appearance in town? People are
Patrolling the streets is the Tenryou Commission's job. The Shogun has a lot of information to process. Additionally, the Shogun has no need of recreation.
So, what do we do now? Should we go away?
Why? It's not like I'm here to cause trouble.
It was more the ordinary people that Paimon was never mind.
People still use Mora in commercial transactions, I assume.
Yep.
É, você vai desligar o controle.
Just as shiny and just as hypnotic. Wait a second. Hey, are you saying you don't have any Mora either?
Of course I don't. There is no need for commerce in the plane of
Poder
Yukon.
contra pau.
If I ever need something, I can simply have one of the commissions bring it to me. Wait, what do you mean, either?
Também não. O Rex Labs.
Anyway, people seem to be behaving in a very orderly fashion. I don't see the liveliness you spoke of anywhere.
People aren't exactly gonna let their hair down in front of the almighty Shogun.
What is this stall selling? I don't believe I've ever seen this before.
Shogun,
It's all right. Relax. I'm just here. Could you tell me about the items you're...
Of course. I've got all kinds of snacks here. Takoyaki, dango, and milk, and so on.
Huh?
It might sound odd, but it is. You see, many of the stores in town are already very well established. So my idea was to create some new combinations to give customers a novel experience. For example, my latest concoction is this dango milk. When the dango are worked into a viscous form, they mix very nicely with the focus is not just the taste.
Oh, dango with milk.
I'm sorry, Shogun.
I said relax. There's no need to go treading on eggshells. Do you really
Why do I feel like... Actually, it came to me by chance. A friend was catering once and made too many dango, so they gave some to me. But there were more than I had use for. My milk wasn't selling well at that time, so I thought I'd try mixing the two as I had nothing to lose.
A chance combination.
The almighty Shogun wants to try?
Nice. It's sweet.
Yeah, it's definitely a drink, but it also feels...
It's a little bit like... Anyway,
I'm very glad you...
I imagine that an item as delicious as this dango
Well, I won't...
Huh? So it's selling...
Because most people aren't willing to give it a try. They think it's an unusual combination. I'm not saying the almighty Shogun has unusual taste.
Ah, I see. Well, that can be fixed. I'll just...
No, almighty Shogun...
Is it? I just want them to try it. It would be a Of course. I've heard that most humans like desserts, so it's not unusual that I... There's nothing like dessert for improving one's mood. Much more enjoyable than meditating alone all the time. By the way, Miko mentioned that she founded something called the Yai Publishing House to sell some sort of light novels. She's always bragging to me about it, but it's difficult for me to really imagine without seeing the place for myself. Can you take me there?
Sure!
Shogun! Almighty Shogun! What brings you to the...
No, not at.
Apologies. I still don't quite understand. The Almighty Shogun wishes to...
Yes,
The Yai Publishing House's novels are mostly targeted...
I'm just here to try something new. There's no fun in reading the same kind of thing over and over.
in principle.
It'll be fine. If there's anything the Shogun doesn't understand,
Well, there are some winning entries from the... This novel,
Okay. Huh. I know every individual word in these books. Take this one, for example. The good thing about... Is it true that hilly churls grow stronger from eating Sunsetia?
it's just a narrative device.
Narrative device. So it's... made up? What's the... Also, I'm fairly certain that hilly churls can't write stories.
Paimon's starting to understand Kuroda's reservations right about now. How about we choose for you?
All right, then. I believe myself to be relative. I have high hopes, though. This seems like Miko's style.
Alright, leave it to us. This could be a pretty tough job. Let's see what we're up against. Someone like that could easily become the... You do have... This Paimon only skimmed through, but... Yeah! The plot is... With a premise like this, it's the one... Paimon thinks it... Well, if so... That's all of them. Let's try to explain them to A.
The looks on your faces tell me you found some good... Goodness. Are people in... Even though the protagonist refuses to acknowledge his innate... Where is he now? Does he have plans to visit Inazuma?
He's a fictional... What about the antagonist, though?
The antagonists? You mean all the people who behaved foolishly? What?
A doesn't... So what do you think of Yai Publishing House? Do you like the stories we picked?
What I take from these stories is not so much the... Back when I decided to isolate myself in the plane of Euthymia, in accordance with my wishes, the Shogun did her best to create an... But the fact is that both the food and the stories have changed with time. I disagree with your point of view. But the truth is right here in front of me.
And that's exactly why we brought you out. To take a look around and get some... Sure, it's not the same as you remember, but one way or another...
Yes, you're right. I'm wary of any and all change. But I do not wish... Thank you for inviting me out. This may be an everyday occurrence for you. But for me, I've seen a lot, and it's made me think a lot.
Ooh, great idea!
Take a photo?
It's okay. Come with us.
So, what are we supposed to be doing?
We're taking a photo of you. Just leave the heart. Basically, a photo.
Okay. So what exactly is... Ah, I see. So in other words... the more I think about... How should I pose? Help me out here. It should look good. Casual. How about this? Okay.
Let's pick a good angle.
She doesn't seem to be able to move or talk. I thought it would turn out poorly because I felt rather rich. The pose is exactly the same, and so is...
That's what makes it so
Hang on. I'm still... So, the one in this photo, if it's not me, then why does she look...
Okay, that's way above Paimon's. Hey, that's right!
Of course I do. It was never my intention to place control of...
So then, who does that?
Well, I'm still me. There is no my I am me. There is only one of me. The Shogun, for example, is one of my forms of existence. The
In that case, this picture...
So even I, who then, how can I ask Inazuma and everything I have encountered on this journey with you? You've seen a lot of my ignorant side today. Maybe you can't tell. Based on what I have seen today, but it would be incorrect to conclude from this. Both the Vision Hunt Decree and the statue of the omnipresent God were conceived as a means of bringing about eternity. Perhaps...
Sounds to Paimon like... And that means that we've done a...
Master Kamaji!
What? Oh, that sounded like
Ipe.
Yep, let's... Hey, Ipe! What's the...
Ah, it's you. Huh? You must be looking for my master, Kujo Kamaji? I am very sorry. He's not here at the moment. But...
It's okay. I'm not here to see him. We just heard you...
Yes. Master Kamaji... In fairness, he does have a habit of taking long walks and coming back late. But for some reason...
Kujo Kamaji.
That's right. Apologies, since the head of the clan is in poor health at the moment, and Master must...
I have heard that things are quite tumultuous with the Tenryo Commission and...
Forgive us, almighty Shogun. The Kujo clan's reputation is damaged, and its power over the Tenryo Commission is in decline. Plus you... So... Master Kamaji decided to enter
Surely they would be discussing something like that at their headquarters, right? What?
Actually, they decided to hold this one elsewhere. I'm a little confused. The meeting place is in the mountains near the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Takatsukasa. Another familiar name.
Yes, that's why Master Kamaji decided to discuss things with them. I understand. I've searched all over the city. If he really hasn't returned yet, then yeah, I thought of that possibility too. But someone of my rank can't just go venture... No need. I'm probably just I'm only a lowly servant. I'm not as smart as Master, so I can't really share his burdens. But the last thing I'd want would be...
Let's go see what's happening. With me present, they are unlikely to blame you. Besides, this has only come about because I failed to make a timely decision.
Thank you so much, Shogun. Let me mark out the location of the...
Whoa! Look at how well hidden this place is.
I can't think of a reason anyone would want to build a structure like this deep in the mountains. I feel something that doesn't belong.
Huh?
We should proceed with caution. The Kujo clan does...
Nice and spicy.
To the ferry!
Why are there Ronin here? This is a Tenryo Commission base.
Something is not right. We must remove all those who stand in our way.
To the ferry. Let's get down to business.
Inazuma shines eternal!
The ferry. Finally.
Shine down!
Nice and spicy.
To the ferry.
Can't handle your drink.
My lucky day.
Bully me. Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's look. Boba, get them. You're toast.
Burning kids. Finally. To the ferry. Finally. Let's get down to business.
Torn to oblivion!
To the ferry. No more. To the ferry. Let's get down to business. Finally.
Ha! There is no escape!
Boom.
I'm going in.
How's this? Burn. To the ferry. Finally. My lucky day.
Inazuma shines eternal!
The ferry. Finally. To the ferry.
Out of the frying pan.
Finally.
I'm a rock. Look at you, food bell. Teamwork is dreamwork. Boba, get them. You're toast.
Burning kids. Teamwork.
Torn to oblivion! Ha!
Look, it's Kujo Kamaji. But who's he with?
Almighty Shogun!
Shogun?
Descendant of the Takatsukasa clan.
Oh, we're just discussing some minor issues that have cropped up in the Tenryou Commission recently.
And these minor issues warranted the secluded location.
Well, there's been a lot of
Silence. Descendant of the Kujo.
All right. I came here intending to negotiate, but it turned out all they were in.
A written confession?
Yes. A statement acknowledging every crime committed by the Kujo clan since the inception.
all factual statements, of course. Not a single one of them fabricated.
I can't deny that. But it also emphasizes the Takatsukasa clan's achievements throughout the document, claiming they stood. These are all.
Says who? Why, you two
I'm just stating the facts. I'm sure the almighty Shogun can discern the truth. All the Takatsukasa clan is trying to do is make themselves look good. Why else would you push a false narrative in the written confession that paints your clan in a good light, and try to make me sign?
What are you talking about? You're not under duress, we're just negotiating here.
I believe I now understand.
Don't listen to his nonsense. I'm sure you're well aware of the major failings of the Kujo clan. Surely you, of everyone, knows. Now,
You are quite mistaken if you think your dispute is of any interest to me. Descendant.
well, yes, of course. It's the eternal pursuit of everyone in the Tenryou Commission.
Then the situation is not as complicated as you seem to have made it. After all, I am the one who appoints the Tenryou Commissioner. The process is quite simple. Anyone who...
Sorry.
The first Tenryou Commissioner demonstrated his will with the blade in his hand. That, if you want me to appoint a new clan... Do you not know how to wield a blade? Or do you simply doubt your... Here you are talking about offering your life, and yet you are too... Well, never mind. What about one of you, then? Anyone who can... Does not a single person...
I will challenge you, Almighty.
What?
Descendant of the Kujo clan. Regrettably,
I realize that. I don't stand a chance of winning against you anyway. Even when I was executing the Vision Hunt decree, I had doubts about my father's decisions. But that was as far as I went. I doubted, and I ruminated. I accept the Kujo clan's decline as punishment for my deeds. I can't even say that I failed to prevent—
to be brutally honest, for someone of your strength, there is no—
Yes. I'm too weak. My father ignores me, but if nothing else, and right here, right now in the Kujo clan's final, just as the Shogun said a forefather of mine once showed his, then please let me, Kujo Kamaji, and this is my last chance to do—
This is patent. Regrettably,
I realize that, even when I was but that was as far as I accept the Kujo—
to be brutally honest.
Yes, but if nothing else, just as the Shogun, then please, this is my last—
This is patently, but I accept. The Kujo clan's honor was forged with courage, tempered with integrity, and shines beyond life and death. Show me whether your blade can bear the weight of your name.
Ready to learn, Almighty Shogun.
Another anomaly in eternity. Nevertheless, it appears that the Kujo honor still courses through your veins. Kujo Kamaji is wounded. Descent, you may not have the courage to challenge me, but I trust that—
Yes, of course. I apologize.
I had heard that the Kujo clan is no longer fit to shoulder the work of the Tenryou. However, following this duel, in the meantime, I expect the Takatsukasa clan to continue supporting—
As you instruct, so it shall be done.
Finally, if you still think you can copy the Fatui strategy of providing me, you will see me appear once again as I have done today. Only next time, my
Understood. Thank you, Almighty.
That will do. I will have the Okuzumeshu come with me. Let's find a quiet place.
Whew. When it's time to to deal with the situation, you're—
Oh, you think so? I thought I was rather accommodating. If it had been the Shogun, I do believe he was prepared for that outcome. The Kujo clan has undergone a dramatic change from its glory days to its present decline. He has shown me how some things remain I also have you to thank. The things we—
So what's next for the Kujo clan? Will they—
Not a chance. Even if their heir was someone who showed promise, still, I will give them a little more time. The Shogun does not make mistakes. She is incapable of— I have much to contemplate in the days to come. But I think I'll leave that to the Shogun. The greatest threat to it, as I said, the Shogun has a robust system to protect her against modification. But I've made up my mind. This has certainly been—
Absolutely. You sorted out the Tenryo Commission and the people in this— If you enjoyed your trip, we should get you out again sometime.
No need. There's no Also, please stop making it sound as if I somehow need the company. Okay. My period of solitude will now continue, but it will not last too much longer. I will leave you humans to deal with it.
Okay, see you next. Considering a lot of what happened was pretty unexpected, the only thing left to do is return the Miko, we're back!
Did you know? Well then. How amusing. The almighty Shogun goes downtown, and what a shame I didn't get to see it for myself. It's fine. She wouldn't mind. So, from what you were saying, it seems that that's the most important outcome of this trip.
Yeah, it seems like—
To put it nicely, even deities indulge in wishful thinking. To put it more bluntly, there are things that even the Seven— Anyway, it sounds like you had a very pleasant trip. Next time you wish to see her, you can come and take the pass permit from me again.
What? But
Because she is a god. It's not that gods don't need the company of others, but you don't belong to this world. Perhaps you are just the company. Was there something else you wanted to talk about? Ad Astra. Thank you for
Ad Astra recently.
the Traveler would be the most—
I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you— well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the
Rift Hounds?
Yes. The sacred Sakura is of tremendous good.
Is the
Yes. And they are their main The Adventurers Guild is one of the key— You have our— I will mark on your—
Relax. keeping a secret.
In the name of the Prinzessin.
Retribution!
Out of the frying pan, into the fire. Eat.
Burn!
More eavesdropper. The more, the merrier. Look at me. Everybody stand back!
Time for retribution! Burn!
Let's light it up!
Booba, get them.
Let me amuse myself a little. Over here!
Time for retribution!
Teamwork is dreamwork! You're toast!
this!
There you are, evil.
Let's light it up! I'm going in!
Nice and spicy.
Let me amuse myself a little.
Blink!
Burn!
They're attacking the sacred Sakura! Stop them! Oz revealed at the frying pan into the fire! Hey-ya!
Verdict is...
Everybody stand back! Huh?
Nice and spicy!
By royal decree...
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help! Come on, Traveler, you can take them!
Verdict is...
Torn to oblivion! Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not...
Okay, sounds more like A. You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in...
Makes sense. You must get super bored.
Might I remind you that I am not recently. I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the... I considered this matter worthy of my attention. So I pursued them. And if the Shogun, rather than I, were to discover them... Yes.
What?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed... But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura.
A disaster?
Yes. 500... Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil. And the rift, their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more... That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. But an excess of caution...
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the this color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? But
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
what happened here?
Who are you? Run quick while you still can. We will defend Inazuma until our dying. You. Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're every last trace.
But look!
Not right now. But they'll be back. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can
Calm down. The war.
over.
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze. There are no monsters. Nor is there anything.
What? But how? I saw them tear my comrade to shreds.
Hey, calm down.
Huh. I think I understand. Yes, we were right to place our... Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand.
If I am not mistaken, what the sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After an entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines short.
So the memories of the ones that...
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing... Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late, but my friend, Kitsune Saigu, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both...
So... Inazuma was attacked...
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. I never had... But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those... Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to... All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatar... But... After my clash with human ambition, when I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of moving forward, inevitably just think of that soldier. All those who sacrificed themselves back then as Inazuma's god. Warriors of the past, I will never forget.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Leave them to me. Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and...
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply... Although I have some understanding of the situation already, I must be prepared for anything. If there are more...
Makes sense. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. Hey, the same light is leaking out again.
Furuyama?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon?
Fighting a battle in a distant...
Allow me, though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has... I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshment. After all, it's quite...
What should we do? Yeah.
I see. So, most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take... And now the Almighty Shogun is here. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to... People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to... But me, I have no such thoughts. And I have no regret. The Almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things.
Perhaps.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the Almighty Shogun for the last time. What a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the Almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now, once this catastrophe is over. Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The Almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure. Really? But it's always been right by my side. I couldn't possibly have my guests...
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No. Your humble servant...
This place is... complicated. Leave it to us.
But... Well, okay. I can't decide whether it's a final regret.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea...
I'm also feeling...
It's the Traveler. And the Almighty Shogun. How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro...
Oh! Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, Almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my...
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the Almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it...
Well, it's not often we have the chance to chat.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for, he may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns. But he always acted as if he was the philosophy of life that he shared with us just now.
You and Makoto had...
Indeed we did. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world, they are similar. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, up now, it seems like she was...
Wow. Her sure...
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did, an ambition is a yearning for something material. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives.
That's...
To put it simply, Makoto... I didn't understand at the time. How? I suppose what it comes down to. Yes, it does. But in the last...
Do you feel you're starting...
You have already witnessed my... But now...
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set.
It's quite beautiful.
You are too kind. A humble servant...
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama...
Hey, he wouldn't have gone looking for a tea...
Or...
So, we didn't even...
The information held in the ley lines is complex. Well, this chance won't come often. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many. The tea is ready. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. You're right. I've been reminded of back at the Yashiro. The events...
She died in that...
Yes. She went to Konria alone. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Yes. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point. So all I could do was enter into her. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. Why did she go to Konria first, and not I? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity.
That's quite...
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as, in the end, I simply had to accept that it, with the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally...
This is all really hard to understand.
Yes. I once told myself that I would never speak, but even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue once, and it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you
Sister? You mean to say that she was...
Based on what we've learned so far?
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing, and also... my mind, so...
Oh, boy.
With this last cup of tea, thank you, Destiny.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my Once again, please leave them to me.
Hey!
Illusion shattered! There is no escape! Vision shattered!
Aren't you alright?
I'm fine. Now you shall perish!
Maybe you should leave this one to us.
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. We'll deal. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too. Are you injured, Your Excellency? We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, man.
Don't!
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds—
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak,
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high— If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment for—
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now, just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited. This hope is the light that will guide.
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Get them! Oz, reveal the—
Time for retribution!
Nice and spicy! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
Fräulein.
Everybody stand back! Acrobatics, it's—
Burn!
nice and spicy! You're toast!
Verdict is...
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You fought The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more than a few. Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma City, and regroup with the General's forces as soon as possible.
When everyone sees the Almighty Shogun safely returning, their spirits will be lifted.
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to let them get any further. We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that come our way.
Just leave it to— But the Almighty Shogun is the only one of us with the power to change the present state of— No matter what kind of threat faces Inazuma.
Thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this—
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will with you leading us, we will claim back—
Glory to the
Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But in the result being that in the sense you could take the view that whatever I say to them is mean, but even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon thinks—
Thank you for your comforting words. I used to think just like that samurai. But what Inazuma needs more than even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still... Yes, they are. As the Raiden Shogun, they reveal...
Well said.
Change will come to Inazuma. And with it, new, no matter how long it takes. Now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro...
Alrighty then. He looks calm on the outside. She seems to have changed. Huh? What's wrong, eh? What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
It looks like the situation... No need. I need to go to the
Why?
A battleground. We're finally here. The entrance.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
It's getting worse. This is a place I once sealed off with my own hands. It looks like she...
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is... Where are we Whoa. This place... Look, it's another...
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within. But it is... Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that...
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped... You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, but have you really been enlightened with new ideas? I'm here to show you my We are both warriors.
Wait!
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting, as she indicates. Once I started entertaining the idea of but inside a realm of consciousness, though she is a puppet, the Shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their Hey, showdown with the Shogun?
The rules I set for the Shogun are... No. The Shogun... I would not try to change her.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both...
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It inherits A's pain. The pain of inevitable loss that comes as she moves forward. Every action of determination, courage, love. Only rules shall remain. Those were my thoughts when Now, you wish to make yourself my enemy? I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni maiden was cut down and disgraced. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Weak. Pathetic. Inazuma shines eternal! The Kitsune sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
Shine down! Torn to oblivion! This world, a fleeting shadow. Weak. The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Stillness transcending. Shine down. Now you shall perish. Inferior. Pathetic. Weak. Be gone! There is no escape! Pathetic. Euthymia crumbles before
You finally defeat...
It appears your martial prowess has not... But how long can...
How the heck?
In this realm of... She was built to resist erosion.
Then, does that mean this...
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will is no product of erosion. If I don't do this, the Shogun's rules can never change, and Inazuma can never move forward. This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last, months, years, centuries, and no matter 500 years ago, here in the present, they rely on their ambition to challenge wayward practices. It is about time that I learned to trust them. I understand that. But if the dreams of which Makoto spoke, I fight for the everlasting future of Inazuma. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that I shall during my absence. I place everything in Miko.
But this means...
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A? She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still... Right? Also, A can be pretty What if she gets too obsessed with winning, and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. Yeah, we should help her out. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, you know, help her? Well, whatever. We can't let anything back. Oh, but we also... Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't fail Paimon now. Oh, you're right. Who knows?
We go!
Someone's not in the best of moods. I hope you realize how lucky you are.
But you're all...
That was a figure of speech. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah. Something really big.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it? Rushed into it without thinking. So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer...
Is she playing dumb? She's too...
Uh-huh. You're learning, little one. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred.
Because right in
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. First things first. Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a to the outsider. The realm of consciousness is a very abstract in other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact space.
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could be swept away, but this is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia...
What? Alright, well, I might see you.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So... Oh. Well, if you're quite sure, then of course... Oh, nothing. It just seems... By the way, remember to focus. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being... Well then, the door's open. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing.
That's enough chatter. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
Huh? You have returned. But how were you able to get back? This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity over countless battles. Not once have you lost. And never had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you. For your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you bring honor to the... Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began Final duel? Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night.
Pero...
To penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yes, you have endured. I will endure forever. The final calamity!
Com som do Parte?
Purge all obstacles! This, I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But a will that cannot be eroded. You need not worry about the future. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I yet my reason for fighting redefined my martial, and whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Moose the blade that I inherited from Makoto. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat, this power is beyond the this blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only... When I clasped Muso Ishi, it was at once a familiar feeling, and a strange one. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. From this day forth, I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. You truly have changed. I suppose this is what I understand. I shall become your shadow,
Da hora.
just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change, but as a warrior, I look forward to the... It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished?
Hello, A. And greetings.
Da hora.
Those who I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon.
Makoto?
I'm so happy. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full... a convoluted way to reach you, but... Well, there was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me.
But...
Everything happened so sudden. I've always felt terrible. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you.
Did you know what was about to happen?
I had some sense of it. That place... In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. But I know that this must have been an extremely arduous...
Don't look down on me.
It was with this possibility in mind. Here, take it. But it is you who must take...
The light turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people,
Essa é uma
in this
sakura.
moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh?
Is it really?
Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura
Makes sense.
blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh?
Goodbye, Makoto.
Eles capricharam muito em Inazuma.
So the A of the present planted the sacred Sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took root in the Inazuma of the past. No matter what you make of it,
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Eternity is a concept intimately connected with time.
a place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with order. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precise. And yet, that sense of disorderliness has.
I don't fully understand yet.
Well,
I know what you mean. Perhaps a higher power really without the sacred Sakura. Inazuma would likely have been.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura. You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura.
No. But I understand why now. It was because the.
But don't you think that tree looked alike?
The sacred Sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now?
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the love, and obviously I played my. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to your. At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also. Suffice to say, time added a whole new Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took every.
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel? We were always meant to be there to witness what was going to happen.
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. My first thought was. But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You too have my thanks.
A, how are you?
My body has fully recovered, and the show.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But after all, you saw my.
I only heard her voice. I'll be fine. I have to say, this has reminded me once again just how brilliant she even. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her.
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Makoto and you are Inazuma's past.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare.
Makoto said the.
Great minds think alike, I wonder. Does that qualify? Actually, no. Forget that.
We will have to end the frivolities there. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find after that. I will abolish the.
Really?
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead. I'm looking
Top.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Abolishing the Sakoku decree has a myriad of implications. For example, I can foresee the outside world posing a.
Hey, you're thinking about this all so conscientiously. I've only got as far as wondering whether I'll be.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Makoto's gaze was always fixed on the. But now, I see that hers was a gaze.
If the people of the past deserve the god's attention.
Indeed. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. To put it bluntly, faced with an endless battle, I had to remain focused at all times. Safe to say. Were it not for my previous experiences in combat, and through it all, many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I will be. It's not only the monsters that I am worried about. I'm concerned.
That's a tough one, all right. There's plenty more.
Since you clearly
Será que ela fez
understand,
que nem os Ogli, que
perhaps
aprisionou as
you could think
criaturas?
about making an effort. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
Yai Miko said nothing of the sort. And the traveler has some nerve making up. Some words are not to be passed. Trust me. You don't want to know the cost of betraying me. Just think of the things I said.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma.
Interessante. Chave de santuário. Zongli. Ah, será que agora que desbloqueei aquele outro boss? Acho que sim. Não lembro se era uma missão assim que desbloqueava o boss, porque aparentemente não tem pra nada, né? Do tipo. Então deve ser essa. Dá bastante ponto de rank de aventura, mano.
Hi, Catherine.
As a matter of fact, Uncle Dai is one of the foremen.
What is it we have?
I believe you'll be looking for.
Ooh, looking.
I have no reason. I'm sure the detail.
Alguém quer ajudar? Pra quê? Quer ajuda? Simples. Tinha alguma coisa que eu ia fazer? Deixa eu ver. Ah, esse aqui já tá o suficiente. Foi o suficiente só esperar a rotação da loja. Por que esse é o melhor para ele e não aquele que quando você dá o carregado aumenta o ataque do imersivo? Pois aqui ó, dá 18% de ataque e aqui dá aumenta em 8%. E quando a venda diminuir, o ataque aumenta. Isso aqui seria bom pra, sei lá, pra Rotal. Sendo que, assim, se eu usar isso aqui com a ult do Bennett, eu não vou pegar a passiva dos 10%, o que não faz sentido. Já o outro artefato, que eu não lembro se eu desbloqueei, vamos ver aqui. Provavelmente eu não desbloqueei ainda. Não. Não. Ah, não tenho desbloqueado. Basicamente, quando você ele dá acho que 15% de dano a Nemo, e quando você dá um golpe carregado, aumenta o dano de ataque normal, carregado imersivo. Acho que em até 40%. Então, tipo assim, é muito melhor, não faz sentido usar esse artefato. O que mais? Aê, chatice. Aê, chatice. Beleza, então. Ah, aqui mesmo. Tem que ser uma distância maior. Ah, tem um item ali já.
Are you Uncle Dai?
I am indeed. Signed by the guild.
Huh? How could you tell?
By the clothes on your back and the look on your face. Experienced adventurers at that, I'll wager.
Right again. You're pretty perceptive.
In this trade, you need a sharp eye for people, not just rocks. Uncle Dai can see what you're made of from a long way off. Alright, my assistant should be arriving soon, so let's just wait here a moment.
Woo woo. That's why we're here. Now there's someone else taking a cut?
Well, to tell you the truth, this is a very difficult matter. Too much for adventurers alone to handle life here.
So there is someone else. Do you think we're not up to the job?
It just occurred to me that you don't have all the facts. The incident in question happened in a mine, and it's a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. Mines are dangerous places, as I'm sure you're aware. As such, I've enlisted an industry expert to cover all contingencies. Last time I checked, adventurers weren't experts in ore appraisal or geological analysis. With a professional by your side, everything should run smoothly. Besides, this guy's the best in his field. No matter the rock, he'll tell you its value to the nearest mora at a glance. I'd go as far to say that there's not a soul on Tevat that knows rocks better than him. I'd be a fool to not enlist an expert of his caliber.
You're a fool if you think you found Tevat's #1 rock expert.
Oh?
Because Tevat's #1... Ha-ha! Paimon bets Zhongli is listening to the
Nosso amigo
story.
secreto.
Let's head over.
Hilda. Expedição de novo. Olha ele.
In our last...
Zhongli!
Oh, here for a few tales. I didn't know you two were connoisseurs.
Oh, no, we're here for you.
Ah, something I'm rarely short of.
We need someone who understands.
Someone who understands.
Take a look around. If the requester claims to have enlisted Tevat's #1 rock...
You appear to have...
Oh, no. It's just... Uncle Dai Paimon just wants... Really?
But I should inform you that despite my expertise, we are at all times adrift in a sea of learning. New knowledge should be welcomed with open arms. Still...
Stop being... Well, we got him. Let's...
Ah, levou pro coração mesmo, hein? Mano.
Uncle Dai...
Oh. And...
Yep. Paimon doesn't...
Uh-huh. So you say. It's no use me singing.
Is this the place?
Aha! Speak of the devil. Young Kun, these are two
Eles conhecem.
Funeral Parlor's consultant. Mr. Zhongli. I've heard about you.
I'm sure I recognize you. Have we met at the park?
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh? I wouldn't know where to...
Then they can figure out a way to test each other. If Zhongli would...
A contest? Why,
I admire your enthusiasm.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert.
Stop talking the...
I'm just saying it like I see it.
So you're an appraiser?
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions.
Huh? How could you forget?
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks. I asked him a few questions.
So...
Not exactly. Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this?
A glossy exterior. With a fissure that could only have been left in the way. It's no ordinary rough gem. Fragile surface
Remarkable! This rock does indeed hail from the vicinity of a volcano. I came across it in a market and snapped it straight up. The purity and geological rarity alone aren't enough to make a treasure. Some of the most precious... In the moment of its formation, the crystal hidden within this stone shell captured a pocket...
Such a detailed description. Say, you're not trying to hoodwink us up.
Everything he said is true. Most crystals are born in high-temperature environments. Heat and water aren't natural bedfellows, of course, which is why...
Well, if Zhongli says...
I've yet to encounter anyone with a judgment as shrewd as...
I've seen many such stones in my time. I recognize...
Of course not! I think, Uncle Dai, it would be a mistake for Mr. Zhongli not to...
Very well. There is strength in numbers, after all.
Esse cara, ele pode tipo sentir. Não lembro agora se consegue ver alguma coisa. Eu não lembro o que era.
This is where the incident occurred. 6 days ago, a group of us left the site to attend to... I led a team around the entire mine.
So 4?
Yes, there were 10 of us. We lost long, bold...
Workers in this trade are usually young men in the prime of their...
Unlikely. There's no other lodging for...
Huh. Such a...
Underground, overground... We left no.
We'll need to explore the site ourselves before
Reflexo agora, não
extracting
soube.
any conclusion.
Very well. I'll wait here. Please, proceed wherever
Essa
you'd like.
cintilação.
If you come across any clues,
Eu não sei se é
let me know straight away.
cintilação ou se é um problema de como está sendo feita a chuva.
So strange. How could the four of them just suddenly disappear? Over here! What's this? A pile of shirts.
A few every...
One. Huh. These must be spares, right?
The four of them have been gone for 6 days without a change of clothes.
There's also a few handkerchiefs.
Items for washing one's face before the...
So, they didn't...
Correct. Improbable. There
No.
are four. They had time to take their tools, but not their everyday items.
Huh. Why would some...
One, they were working close by and didn't need to move their personal effects. But seeing... Or two, they were forced...
Sim.
Oh.
It's certainly a possibility.
If they didn't leave, maybe... Let's look around first and see if we can find any clues. Kunjun, what do you have there?
Oh, right on time.
Did you find anything?
There's a chunk of ore here. Perhaps there are clues within.
Or, what does it have to do with the disappearance?
Let's find out. I'll give it a try. A moment, please.
Ai, para ver se embora essas pedras são coisa assim. Viu e convocar.
Looks like he's concentrating really hard. What's he up to?
I see.
A child?
I'm...
Also, how do...
Oh, I don't
Ah,
mean
é, a criança
see
é o
in the
boss.
traditional sense. I would appreciate it if what I can perceive...
Huh?
Perceive? So there's no...
You mean, you...
I've always sensed that ore contains memories. Sometimes it records events.
Amazing! So...
It depends on the ore. Some ores have astounding memories. Others, like iron ore, core lapis, and crystal memories.
Stone seeing. Fascinating.
I'm glad. Based on what I saw,
This will take us north.
North. Another clue?
Excuse me.
Yes. I don't know what happened. The weather, I stayed behind with the other four. I ended up falling asleep in the shelter inside.
Som de Hilchor.
When I woke up, maybe...
So the men that were out working disappeared. Perhaps an accident occurred.
What is an on-site accident? Found some clues. Time to report back to Uncle Dai.
Partiu do abismo. Sabia, tava ouvindo ele.
You're back.
We found three First, there are 4 missing pickaxes. Yet everyday items are still in their place.
Forced to? But...
Who indeed? Second, there were 5 workers at the mine. One of them left this. Those who kept working all disappeared. The one who left early...
Now that you mention it, could someone have entered the site?
This leads me to my third point. Mr. Kunjun here made good use of...
A child? But there are no...
Unlikely as it sounds, that's a...
Where did they go?
We believe that they followed the road north.
North. Right. I'll rally my men and head in... You've been invaluable to the investigation, but...
Not so fast. The incident occurred 6...
You're right. New plan. There are only a few settlements around here with lodging for them. In the meantime, you could keep looking for clues. If we don't see each other, let's reconvene it.
Agreed.
All right.
So, they're
A
gonna
cara do
talk to
Billy
the
suspeito,
people
mano.
over at the settlement,
Correct.
but there aren't any more clues at the mine.
Wait.
Huh? Oh yeah! Where's Kun?
apologies. I'm conducting a quick search for my own benefit.
Dragonfall. Dragonfall is often used in...
I'm sorry. I don't recall. In fact, I've been feeling extremely...
Oh, Paimon knows that feeling.
I don't even know where to start with it. It sounded so familiar to me. As perhaps if I can retrieve some...
I see.
Really?
Think nothing up.
Shouldn't we get going?
Heading north from the chasm, we'll reach Lingju Pass. If this is indeed...
Great! Let's have a look.
Aí, é mais 400. É muito bom pra upar. Ah, é perto. Ah, não. Jeito que esse bicho dá, meu amigo.
Let's light it up!
Wait, there are tracks here. These must have been left by the miner.
Let us make our way to the end of Lingju Pass. If there are no footprints there, it would suggest that the miners are still within the pass itself. However, if we find new tracks, we can follow them wherever they may lead.